Today is November 14th, 2023. Oh, yesterday. Outside my clients in North Canton, some kids were talking. Now, they sold a login in the case. We all heard that girl say that she married that guy just to steal everything he had. Oh, this is funny. Well, they also heard that other guy, we'll put it this way, the guy that walked by me, found out who all was involved in this. The only thing that's coming out is Will stealing her money. I know that. Someone needs to arrest Will. They've been talking about him stealing my money from Canton to up in Akron. It's that idiot stealing her money. And then those two heavy-set blonde girls with the Florida trucks showed up in 18 and 19. They were in Louisville with the big truck guys from Florida, saying they were stealing everything for them. One of them's named Lauren. They were big, huge, fat girls, 20, 24. One's down to like a 16. One of them saying they're dating Will. October 4th, 23. She told Maslin that Will stole everything for her. They told people up in Akron they were stealing for them. My brother-in-law was CIA. He wasn't allowed known around any known criminals. He wasn't allowed in their homes. They weren't allowed in his home. They weren't, or illegal immigrants. Why? Because what they touch is national security. Oh, and yeah. He's not allowed to date a human trafficker. He's not allowed to date a fucking child molester that's selling women and children for sex slaves and in that group. You know, people were even talking today around me. It's not funny what Will let that girl get away with. No, it's not. You know, today I got up early and I did they're driving by, you can hear them outside screaming and stuff. So I did the thing of where I got sick and how I got well and how long it took. You know, people looked at me and said nobody could say a word. Well, no, it's a documented medication error, medical malpractice. See, they were telling people, and this is such a bunch of huck and bullshit. This is how much the drug dealers are laughing at everybody. And how fucking stupid people are. How fucking stupid they are. They fall for the biggest scams in the world. Now, your doctor, everybody knows you have doctor privileges. They are not allowed to talk to anybody about your medical records. Not at all. They're private. It's part of the right of privacy, a HIPAA violation. They lose their license, they can go to jail. They were trying to tell people they had a doctor that got my medical records, went back through, and went wah. They wouldn't be allowed to touch my records. That's a flat out lie. I didn't sign a release. Huh? Just like the doctors can't talk to the police or the FBI without a court order. Hello? Right to privacy. See what I mean? They just been lying to everybody. I told you. In November of 18, I went down to Bob Evans in Belton. Met Darling for pie. It was a Saturday or Sunday morning. There was a guy in there pretending he was an FBI handler. He was pretending he was a federal agent. A big 6-foot lumberjack guy. Bald, black square glasses, long red beard. His thighs were as big as my waist. There was a crazy blonde lady, 50s. Glasses. Then there was a group of the guys sitting over in the corner. He's like, I'm Karen's handler. Those are my men. And they start waving. He went, easy, boys. She's like, I'm a psychiatrist. She's a drug mall. She's a fucking drug mall. And he's a drug dealer. Hello? Do you know who the one waving at me was? The guy that bragged that he bashed my skull in on 12/21/18. Beat and raped me and left for dead. He's part of the drug cartel. They're all the drug cartel scamming everybody. They're scamming everybody. I'd never seen that lady before that, and I never talked to her. She's no psychiatrist. She's a drug mall. And he was no federal agent. He was a drug cartel guy. They're all a bunch of fucking child molesters and serial killers. Human traffickers sell women and children for sex slaves and to be murdered. They bragged all around me. They were human trafficking people. They were drug cartel. They were drug dealing and drug traders. We work for the king from Texas. He sent his men here to watch her. He's a drug lord. He was one of the biggest ones in the United States. Iraqi terrorist. Translator for the U.S. military. Dark web malware. One of the biggest fentanyl dealers. With ties into all the drug cartels. That's why they swarmed Ohio in 17 and 18. That's why all those people died. Because they hired them to come here. And they ran the biggest scam in the world. No one can be in your home. If police or agencies are doing it outside a protective light case with statements, it's considered entrapment. It's illegal monitoring. Everything they got gets thrown out. If anybody else does it, it is peeking Tom tapes, stalking tapes, and they go to jail. It's like a 7-year sentence. You take pictures of somebody naked, you Photoshop, and you try to get them in trouble. It's extortion. You go to jail for that too. They admitted they took a shower scene and put it in the other room to make me look weird. That is sextortion. That means they were taped in the bathroom. They taped my grandkids go in the bathroom. They obtained and dispensed kiddie porn. They sold me on porn sites. They admitted where they had their fake sodium pentothal reports. They were roofing me, where I was waking up with headaches, migraines, throwing up, heart racing, giant bruises I couldn't explain, and a severe personal infection. They were human trafficking me under drugs. They go to jail for life. What the hell? What's that? I told you. They laughed at me for the rapist that they hired on my ex said he hired on his own. On a recorded line. About some guy named Pete that I've never met yet. I didn't even know who he was for a year. I still never met him. Never talked to him. They said, you know, when you think about the tapes before and the whole thought she's never talked to anybody, it hits levels of not funny. Some sexual predator, some serial rapist stalking me and my family, breaking in my home, drugging me up, and with either lacing my 2-liter Diet Coke, or I'd wake up with marks that look like injection marks, and then bruises other places, and throwing up and headache and a severe personal infection because I'd never seen anybody. And I'd go to the doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me. Where are all these marks coming from? They didn't put it together. Some serial rapist was violating me. And then trying to run a sextortion scam by photoshopping a washing scene and roofing me and telling me to say something stupid. That's really not funny. Any of these people, you want to say something, you wait till I'm alone. Wait till I'm alone. Come up and say something to my face, and I'll call a nice police officer, and you'll be arrested for your part of a human trafficking scam and a sextortion scam of violating people in their home. You automatically go to jail. You want to play with me? Come say it to my face, not while I'm out with somebody else. Walk by like a cowardly little bitch. You walk up to me and say something to my face, I'll call 911 and you'll be arrested right away. And I'm telling you. Like that guy said in Walmart Alliance, it's coming out. The only thing that's happening is the will stealing. Like 315,000. You want to put it that way? And he's giving it to a fucking child molester and a serial killer. He's in it with the Florida group. You want to put it that way? He should have arrested that retired judge for human trafficking, stalking, drugs, rape, attempted murder, and attempted sextortion under it. He should have arrested him for life, and my ex for hiring him, and everyone involved. Boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know how many times these low-life mental idiots that follow me around and work for that drug cartel, they think they're funny. They think they're funny scamming people. And then have low-life idiots, don't tell on us. And everybody's like, oh, okay. I'm like, get a fucking brain and tell on them. They're serial killers and they're killing children. And women, are you fucking nuts not telling on them? There was a sheriff in Ohio took $100 grand to let the drug cartel kill, drug, beat, and rape people. Well, he's in jail now. Enough people told on him. Tell on him. Go online. Tell on him. I'm going to upload this. It's got absolute... I dare someone to say something. Come up to my face when I'm alone. And I'll call 911, and a nice little police officer would love to have you for being part of this. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office, it's a fraud scheme.